Well, hey guys, Tommy G, Middle-Aged Millennial. Just went for a little 8K run on the beach today. It was magic. Now, if the camera's wobbling a bit, it's because we've got a reasonable breeze coming through right now. Yeah, as you can see, it's wobbling. I should have put the camera on a more stable platform, but anyway, life happens. So, here we are, and we're going to be having Anne Wedstrom Murphy in the house. She's going to be not cooking up a storm, but cooking up a storm metaphorically on the topic of food on the run. The pressure's on. You got a bunch of meetings, or you're just busy picking up the kids, and then you got to do a whole lot of other stuff, and you're also trying to kind of keep healthy, at least from a nutrition point of view. And I think we get a pretty fair idea that a big chunk of being healthy is about what you're putting in here as fuel, whether it's the right fuel for your engine, and then making sure it's not dirty fuel. So let's see where Anne is. She should be somewhere nearby. I'm going to send her a quick little text, because I think she was saying ready, but I didn't kind of like come back to her and say, yeah, okay, let's go. So where is she? Anne, we ready? On the air. Yeah, tap dancing. Tap dancing. There we go. Our life today. Right. So there we go. Okay, so guys, as you can see, it's a lovely day. Just a bit breezy. We get a fair bit of breeze in the Gold Coast. Back in the chair here, I use this as a seat now and then. While I'm sort of like doing my up and down thing. It's almost like having a Veridesk iPhone studio thing. Anyway, so yeah, lot more cheery today with the sun out than it was yesterday. Yesterday we had a bit of a, what would you say, a yin day. Today's a bit more yang, or yin or yang, whatever your interpretation is. But I think we've got Anne ready to come on, and she is, so we're going to bring her into the Gold Coast studios. Good evening in your case, good morning in mine. I've got some bio-organic, whatever that means. Maybe it's biodynamic, I don't think so. But anyway, Lavazza organic coffee.
Sounds good.
So getting my antioxidants in.
Peter and I were talking about that a little bit this afternoon. He popped in on my live stream from the trail.
Oh, cool. Oh, that would have been interesting to hear. Actually, before you reply, I'm going to get my ears in. I've got wind coming behind me.
Yeah, I hear it.
Give me a sec.
I hear it. Okay. Yeah, I could just hop in that ocean back there. So we're going to talk about eating on the run, on the go, meaning traveling.
All right. I'm back. I'm going to plug in, because we've got an offshore breeze coming right on. So we don't have any, when there's a reasonable amount of wind, usually you'll have a whole lot of the what do you call them, kite surfers out there, but it's directly on shore, so they can get the angle. Okay. Right. I mean, does that sound better or worse?
I still hear it.
The wind?
Yeah.
Okay.
You might have to close the window.
Yeah, there's no window.
Oh.
The balcony window, yes. Some places do have them. I don't know why. I love the fresh air, but anyway, maybe I'll just be on this angle.
Yeah, still hear it though.
Still hear it?
Yeah.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. Back and tip. New toy.
Now it's really windy. Sorry, guys. As soon as he gets his sound straightened
Look at this
out.
guy.
Oh, okay. Try that.
Let's try and plug this little baby in. Okay. Don't know how
Yeah.
this is going to work. But anyway, here we
Hey,
go.
Lisa.
All right, and then I
Hey,
won't hear you.
Robert. We're trying to get Tommy's got a lot of noise going on, so we're trying to minimize the noise some.
Okay, now I can't hear you. Just nod. Is that better? Is it testing? 1, 2, 3.
Not
Not
really.
really. No, we still have an issue with wind. All right. Well, it looks like we are going to move to balcony Studio B. So here we go. I'm going to move you. Follow me.
So, note to self: when it's windy, you got to be inside.
On the inside. Or there is another one we could. Anyway, what the hell? Let's do it inside in the kitchen, in the
Okay.
2G kitchen.
There you go.
Here we go.
There you go.
All right. Awesome. All right. In fact, what are we going to be talking about today, Anne?
Eating on the go, eating on the
Eating
run,
on the go.
eating while you're traveling,
There you
eating
go.
when you're not at home.
Right. Well, I feel like I'm on the go right now. Now, is that better?
Mm-hmm. Much.
Much. All right. Sweet. So, well, at least we get a bit of a different view now. So, eating on the go. Now, you could be rushing to pick up kids, as I was saying earlier on, or, you've just got a busy day of stuff going on. If you're, a domestic engineer, housewife, whatever you want to call it, home carer, or you could be the busy exec that's like
traveling,
jumping on planes, jumping off planes, going into meetings, and it's like you've got a few minutes here and there, and then there are the temptations because your sugar level's going low, and then you see some crap and you make a quick grab.
Yeah, which is that's very common. That's right. Typically what people do.
So you must get people that have this challenge that come to you and say, "Look, I can't get anything," or I'm so busy, I can't eat healthy because I'm so busy.
Yeah, well, that right there is bullshit. It's a priority.
Right. Exactly.
Hey, Jeremy.
Last time I checked, there was 24 hours in everybody's day on the planet.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's all a priority. That's all a priority. Right. So
the only difference is, what decisions are you making?
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Right.
So
hit me with busy moms.
Okay. So, with busy moms, what I would do, what I did, was I did batch cooking. So I would cook some of the basic things ahead of time. Okay. So that I could either heat stuff up and then maybe it's just like cut some vegetables for a salad or whatever. Sometimes have it all ready to go and then I could just heat it up, or I would actually just take stuff and we just eat it kind of room temperature, like on the, put it out. Sometimes you get creative. Sometimes it's piecemealing things together, but there was always, we always had something to eat. We always ate. We didn't eat, we didn't end up at fast food or a convenience store or something like that.
Right.
But it took some planning. It took some thinking ahead, in the night before, like, okay, what do we have going on tomorrow? Okay, so we can do, XYZ for dinner, whatever. It comes down to really putting the time in. Right. Nobody wants to put the time in, and you're gonna get what you come for. If you're gonna go grabbing the crap food, then guess what? Your kids are gonna be ornery. They're gonna get sick. They're probably not going to have a great attention span. Hey, Royd. It's just, that's the way it is. Unfortunately, that's the way it is, and we don't value real food and the time it takes to make it. you know, and that time that it takes to make it and that energy you're putting into it, like that right there, that's part of the nutrition, you
Yeah.
know? So if you're going to these fast food places where it's just like crap food slapped together with negative energy, like you're taking all that in,
Right.
you know, you're
Okay.
taking all that in. So yeah, so it comes down to like, you know, moms on the go and stuff. What do you making it a priority? What's your priority? What
It's
is
got so
your
it's kind of here first, right? It seems like you've got to actually take
oh
a
yeah,
step
it's
back, yeah, and
yeah,
say, hang
it
on, this is really
yep,
important stuff.
yeah,
It's not urgent, but it's important
yep. My
because every
kids all
day,
my kids we had little
it's 3 meals a
containers.
day. 3 meals a
Yeah,
day. I mean, it's an important part
yeah,
of the day.
yeah, it is. My kids had they each had their own containers, you know, and we would pack our food in that, and I'd put a bunch of like fruit and I could like before like you know cut up veggies and stuff and have that all prepackaged, and I had a cooler, and we would throw some ice blocks, throw the food in there, the ice blocks, and then we would go, and then we had food. We did that. I mean, sometimes it was like an everyday thing,
Huh.
depending
And
on
like,
you know what we had going on.
right, and then and like for snacks and stuff, I mean, that's kind of easy too, right? You can either have sticks of celery, carrots,
Oh yeah,
radishes,
apples, oranges,
apples, oranges.
radishes. Yeah, like carrot. We're always cutting up carrots and celery. Uh, you know, sometimes broccoli, but yeah, and then original fast food. What the hell is that? Apples, oranges. You know, nature's packages.
Right.
Kiwi,
Nuts.
banana. Yeah, nuts, seeds. Yeah,
Seeds.
we did a lot of that. We would make our own trail mix.
Right.
Yep.
You
And
know, so
we'd have nuts and seeds and raisins, and you know, my one daughter liked cranberries, so I put cranberries in. They like to have chocolate chips in it. I don't
right.
when I have my chocolate, I like to have my chocolate. I don't like my chocolate in my trail mix. And my kids, my daughter still cracks up because she'll make like, I don't know, banana bread or this or that. And she'll be like, um, she'll put chocolate chips in it. And I'm like, why did you ruin it? And she's like,
Yeah,
you
it's like
who loves
yeah.
chocolate? So I like chocolate. Like this is chocolate and
It's a
I'm going to eat
ceremony.
it.
It's a
Yeah, not
ceremony.
this is banana bread with chocolate chips. This is trail mix
Yeah,
with
nah,
chocolate chips. I
you
was like,
can't do that to chocolate.
no,
In
it
my
just
book,
to me it's kind of gross.
it's sacred. It's
I don't
sacred.
like
Chocolate
it. I
is a
like yeah,
ceremony.
let me have my chocolate and let me just
Right.
eat that and enjoy
Eat
that.
that. And really, yeah,
So
it's a bit all organic,
think wholesome
70%
organic is
plus.
too expensive. Yeah, how much more will it cost if you get sick? Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
well, yeah,
But
totally true. Totally
yeah,
true.
so it
Let
is,
alone the
you know.
pain.
So if you're a mom, you know, a busy mom, nutrition is key, and that's it exactly. But people don't. Most people these days don't see it that way. They just think of it as,
Oh yeah, yeah, Maddie,
yep.
I'm with
Here's
you.
what. What does he have?
I love it's like
Oh, me
wine.
too.
Wine,
Yeah.
chocolate and wine go together, and I'm
Yep.
tasting chocolates wherever I am around
That's
the
what, you know,
world.
people,
Dark, dark,
you hear
not
all
milk.
these, yeah, it has to be dark chocolate, but you
Yeah.
hear all these like, oh, you know, you can't have chocolate, you can't, I'm like, I have it almost every day. What the hell? You
Oh,
can't have it every
well,
day.
it's super healthy for cardio,
Yeah,
obviously. Yeah,
yeah, and
longevity, antioxidant,
it's
KO
not gonna get you fat unless you're eating a whole bunch of other crap. You
around it.
know, I mean,
Yeah,
what the hell?
yeah.
People,
Or the
it's
cheap dairy
insane.
milk, the dairy milk kind of
Oh
chocolate.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
exactly,
It's
exactly.
just the sugar. Just gonna eat
Yeah,
sugar,
yeah,
right?
and
Only
chemicals and GMOs and all kinds of
all the
other
shit that comes in it.
bullshit. You know,
Yeah.
bitter
The
chocolate into
dark
yeah.
organic, 70% plus.
One of the
People
most
say, hey,
nutritious foods. Bam, exactly,
it
Matt.
is.
Okay,
It
and
is.
here's what. So check my youngest daughter does this for all the time, and sometimes I have it for breakfast. Not dairy chocolate, exactly. So check this out. So she takes an avocado and some maple syrup
Right.
and a banana and raw cacao and puts it
Okay.
in my Vitamix
Yeah.
and blends it up and makes it into a mousse, and then she puts it in the refrigerator, and she splits it in two, so there's two nice big bowls, one for her,
Oh
one
my
for me.
God.
And
Yeah.
sometimes like I'll eat half of it at night, and I have half of it in the morning, because guess what? That's like an antioxidant rich.
Right there.
That's energy.
Yeah.
That avocado, the maple syrup has a lot of vitamins and minerals. I'm like, damn. It was funny because she made it last night. She goes, "Oh, you want me to make the special treat?" And I'm like, "Yeah, go for it." And I was gonna save half of it, and I ate half, and I sat there and I'm looking at it. I'm like, with that, I'm just eating the whole thing. I just like, and
I
it was
can't
just, I
stop.
mean, it's just like, just tastes so good,
Good. Yeah.
And I was just like, I was just enjoying every single bite. And then this
Little bit.
morning, though, I'm like, yeah, well,
But it's like,
I could have gone for it this morning, but
yeah, yeah.
it was all good.
I mean, there's something sexy about chocolate, I gotta say.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know
Oh,
what
my
it is.
God. Oh, and you eat it nice and slow, and it's like it's better than sex, It's just like,
Like sex. I'm up for that.
Hey, sometimes. Hey, whoa, how you doing?
It depends, horses for courses.
Hey, whoa, we're talking about chocolate being better than sex. What do you
How do we
think?
get from like the quick on the go meal to chocolate and then to sex? Like
I don't know. Maybe it was the quickies. I don't know.
yeah, there we go. Okay. Woo! Yeah, geez, this episode's going to be censored.
So yeah, so it comes
it's a
down
great snack.
to.
It's a great
Oh
snack.
yeah, oh yeah, it's an awesome. Well, we say, I mean, no. Yeah, I knew you'd say that, honey. I knew you'd say that.
Oh, yeah, no.
I grew up with whoa. High magnesium.
Okay.
Yep, exactly. And it
High
can be
magnesium,
yeah,
antioxidant, iron, polyphenols. Yes,
polyphenols.
nitric
Yep.
oxide, super important for your cardio, for your
Yeah.
endothelium, your arteries and stuff.
Exactly.
Pipes.
Exactly.
Iron, not maybe so much. We get a fair bit of iron as males because we don't get rid of it like women do. And
right.
High magnesium, great for going to sleep and
yeah,
stopping those cramps and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Well, and
wow.
the fat, like, sometimes when I eat it at night, having the fat both together perfect, having the fat and the chocolate, with that magnesium, it can actually help you sleep.
Bioavailable.
Yeah, it's just be like a gentle, 'cause it takes a lot of energy to sleep.
Yeah, along with a glass of wine.
There you go. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect.
For sleep purists,
perfect.
And digestion purists, perhaps like yourself, 2 or 3 hours before.
Yeah.
You go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, and mood elevates, exactly, because it's got all kinds of good stuff for it. So yeah. So
mood elevates a few things, Matt, but moving right along. So
so that's something, if you're traveling, pack it.
Dark chocolate,
pack
stevia, or
good.
Maybe with stevia rather than sugar.
You can do stevia. I mean, raw sugar. Yeah, stevia. Then if stevia, like if you like if you're concerned with sugar or you have diabetes or whatever, then the stevia, there's no glycemic load. So boom, there you go.
What's the other one? Xylitol, is it? Oxalol?
Yeah, xylitol. Yeah.
Xylitol. I can never say it properly. Yeah, they're both okay. So, all right. So snacks.
Mixed cacao butter with cocoa. Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Goodness. Oh my God, this sounds like an orgy, right?
Okay, there. I'm gonna have to go make something when we're done.
I'm just getting all. I'm salivating.
I know, right?
Right now.
So
it's like too sexy talk for my mouth.
So yeah, so that so okay, for the moms, actually for anybody, the first reality is it comes down to priorities.
Yeah.
So be aware of what you got going on.
Yeah.
And then, okay, what am I going to do about it? And when you do that, and what I did when my kids were younger, I had we didn't eat the same thing like every day, every week, like, or whatever, but I had every week I would make like this, and this, and then other days we switch it with other things. So it wasn't like I had to be thinking about it all the time, you know?
Right. Right.
So, because I had these, kind of like, well, this one gets made this week, and then the leftovers. I had leftovers, and a lot of times when I cook, and I still do this, I will make double. Like, my daughter and I made eggplant parmesan, and I make two.
Sorry, what? What did
I
I make?
make two eggplant parmesan.
Oh, eggplant
So
parmesan.
I make two.
Parmesan. Okay.
Make two, cook one, put the other one in the freezer. And
There we
then
go.
I have it.
So you can batch.
Yeah. So yeah, and then there'll be the
Batch
times
up.
like, okay, what are we gonna have for dinner today? Oh, you know what? I've got that in the freezer, and I just pop it in the oven, cook it up. I don't need to think about it. Then make a salad or make a stir fry or something, or
It's where it comes down to that sort of, not only it's important, so you're going to make the decision, but then it's just that initial effort to get the system in place that then becomes a new habit.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah, exactly.
You're done. You got a new system,
Exactly.
process, habit, and you're not even thinking about it like driving a manual car.
Right.
Anymore. So,
right.
So that one for the mums. I mean, there are other options that I look at as well. Like if we're thinking executives, and I'd be interested in what you do with the business dudes and dudettes, that you can either order, like one of my execs right now, there's a service here called Solara, and it's a food service, and so they deliver to you a beautiful plant-based, it's all plant, clean plant,
organic.
Oh yeah, clean, beautiful.
Yeah,
so
and
like
there's
$11 or $12 a meal. Like
they have stuff all over anymore. Like that's always an option. That's always an option because that's all over. I think most countries have it now.
Yeah. You got Blue Apron. You got
we got Blue Apron. I told you I had a list somewhere, but I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's in my computer. It's in the abyss in my computer somewhere.
Okay. 22 Days Nutrition is another one, which is a plant-based one. But there's a number of them, right?
Yeah, So, and that's always a great option. The other thing, like if you're traveling, you can find. I always look ahead of time when I'm going to travel. Okay, where are there places, whether it be, I usually look for, first I look for organic, and then I look for vegetarian, and organic, so try and find places, and then like natural food stores and things like that. So I always have that list before I leave. And then once I get to a place, I do another search because other things pop up once you're like in that location for some reason, and actually this weekend I did it was like a literally like totally spontaneous road trip. I call her my sister from another mother and father. She lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And she called me, her and her fiance were down in Annapolis, Maryland. It's a 2.5-hour drive for me. She calls me and she says, hey, we're 2.5 hours away. You need to come down. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
So I went down Saturday and came back Sunday night. And, she had some food that they had brought from Tulsa. I had thrown a few things in my bag as I was leaving. I had a mason jar of it's the raw sprouted organic trail mix, some oranges. I took some bottled spring water, and just kind of threw that in and head out. And oh my gosh, we found a couple of farm to table places, and then we went Sunday. We were in Washington D.C. and we found this place. It was outside of D.C. The best food. Oh my gosh, it was so good, and it was, takes a little work.
You're planning beforehand, and like there's some apps as well, right?
There's that. Yeah.
About this before.
Yeah, well, that's how we found this restaurant. I don't know. She and Terry had something on their phone. What app it was. I don't know.
Right.
but we're like, the three of us are huddled around the phone, like, oh wow, and we're like, okay, this one looks really good. Like,
Right.
let's go
Right.
find it.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
and then what Kat did was they had the best salad. It was just delicious. She had one made to go.
Right.
And then when we got back in the room, she had a refrigerator because it was like a Residence Inn.
Right.
So she put it in the refrigerator and she's like, okay, so now I have food. I have my breakfast for tomorrow.
Cool. Done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
again, it comes down to it takes a little effort,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Yeah.
we're so willing to put effort into everything, but what we use to fuel ourselves doesn't
Yeah.
make sense, does it?
All the panic stuff. Yet, well, firstly, putting the right fuel for you in your
Yeah.
mouth, and then clean fuel version of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Well, and then that comes back to learning what works for you.
What
Yeah.
works for you, right? And we
Yeah.
both got different approaches on how we do that,
Mm-hmm.
but from an integrated point of view, you're getting the best of both worlds.
Yep. Yep.
You're going more of what kind of feels right. I go more from a scientific approach, and combining both. Like, does it feel right? And is it kind of back as well? Yeah, then that fits. So,
Mm-hmm.
what about? Well, I mean, the other thing I do with my heavy travelers is, and what I used to do, and to manage weight and make sure at least that I'm not getting rubbish in my mouth, is always having in my backpack. It used to be isogenics, right?
Mm-hmm.
The best we knew of back then. Now, I'm testing new stuff, and the cleanest stuff I know is a product that's actually come out
Yeah,
of
I mean, you
Australia
can
called
pack,
180
you can
Nutrition.
pack, you can pack sometimes like, bars. I used to take when
Right.
in my network marketing business, and I did
Yeah.
I did a lot of travel.
Right.
I would I like my trail mix and stuff like that, but I would
Yeah.
take um like protein powder. I actually had a
Yep.
little
And
bullet little
right.
mixer thing
Oh, the little baby one.
that
Yep.
that I would put in my suitcase
Right.
and take with me. And
Wow.
I'd have like a greens powder
Yeah.
and a
Good.
protein powder. So then
Right.
that way, if like push came to shove and I had like, a meeting or a training or whatever it was I had to do, and there wasn't going to be enough time because, most of the other people they'd be down at the continental breakfast eating the bagels and the pastries, and
Right.
I
Right.
wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'd be real quick, mix up the shake and put some. I had a little, like I had the mason jar with the trail
Yeah.
mix, and I had another container. I put that in there, and I always would throw like oranges and stuff in my suitcase. So I'd like put
Right.
out an orange. And I would also find out where were some local stores that I could get to and get some fruit and bring it back to my room. That was one of the first things I did.
Right. Yeah. I
Whenever
used to
I
do
would
that for
travel.
nuts. I used to go looking for
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, I'd be like,
If I didn't
okay,
have
where's a
right
store?
now.
And then go get some vegetables, get some fruit or whatever.
Yeah.
There was one time my daughter and I were in, my oldest daughter and I, we were in Chicago,
Right.
and we didn't have a refrigerator in our room, but the windows opened and it was cold out. So we took plastic bags and we put like our food and leftovers. We went and got some stuff and we hung it out the window so that it stayed cold.
So what, like a refrigerator, like an outdoor refrigerator?
Yeah.
God, that works. We don't get that sort of temperature here on the.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that on the Gold Coast. No, it's not going to work in Australia, Gold Coast. But
yeah,
it
like,
worked in Chicago.
Bag.
It worked in
Don't
Chicago in like, I think it was like March. It was cold.
Right. Yeah. No, for us, we'd be putting like prawns or something in there, and prawns,
Yeah, right.
prawn shells, and
There you go.
that bag.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can cook them.
Right. There we go. So the nuts, fruit,
Mm-hmm.
the powders, the meal replacements. 180
Mm-hmm.
Nutrition is a nice, clean one I've seen here. The cleanest, most healthiest one I've been able to find so far. I think you've got Orgain in the US, which seems to be a
Yeah, I don't
one.
like that. I found what's it called? Vivo, Vivo
Vivo,
Life,
you've
Vivo
mentioned.
Life,
Okay,
and that
right.
they're so clean and so pure, and it's sprouted.
Fructose or stevia?
Stevia.
Good, awesome.
Oh, it's an awesome product. It's the only
Vivo
one.
Life,
It's the only protein powder I'll use.
right? Because I've looked at that one as well. That's pretty good. I think I
Yeah,
found this other one out of
it's really
Australia.
good, and it's got the
Okay.
BCAAs. It's really good. It's a good
Vivo Life. Okay,
yeah.
there we go. All right,
Yep.
and so you can just pack that with your shaker bottle. Have your
Mhm.
water with you on one side, your shaker bottle in the
Mhm.
backpack if you're a traveler with your laptop. If
Yep.
you need something to eat, bang, it's there. Or even on the plane, if it's shit they're serving on the
Yeah.
plane, which tends to
Oh,
be
well,
the case.
when I travel, I have a little bag that I take with me, and I pack food. I pack like a meal or two, and I have chocolate, and I have fruit, and I
Right.
have like, to put some veggies in there, whatever. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll have usually a meal or two that I've made
Right.
that
Right.
doesn't need to be, you know, totally refrigerated. Usually it's a salad and something else,
Right.
and
Right.
it's a bag, and I just, put it on I wish it
Yeah.
didn't have to go through their x-ray machine, but it does. But
Right.
yeah,
Get zapped. Just microwave.
I always have that.
Hey,
Always when I travel.
right. Talking about microwaves, a slight tangent
Ugh.
here. What's the deal? I mean, because I've
Okay,
got an
so
EMF reader. I put my microwave on. It's like it goes a little off the chart. My
yeah,
EMF, electromagnetic,
yeah,
detector, which I got from China recently, new toy. Yeah, I mean, are we screwing up the food? What's happening to the food?
yeah. So what happens when you microwave something? It changes the molecular structure. So
Right.
then the body really doesn't even know what to do with that.
Right.
The body's like, what the hell's that? I don't know what that is. So you're
Right.
causing more free radical damage. So you're damaging cells. So, again, instead of, we eat
We're changing the molecular
for
structure of the food.
nourishment, we eat for energy, but the body needs to be able to take that in. That's why real food, that's why,
Right.
processed food,
And
because the body doesn't know what it
micronutrients
is.
as
And when
well.
you microwave, it changes it.
Yeah.
It literally changes it. So
Right.
you're not getting the nutrition. And, when you have a molecular change in the food, then the body doesn't recognize it, then there's oxidative stress. And what's that do? That damages cells.
So
So
you get inflammation
yeah,
happening.
I have not had a microwave in 18 years.
Wow.
Have not
Wow.
had one.
There we go, huh?
Don't miss it at all.
All right.
You can heat up leftovers. I have a toaster oven, I have an oven, I have a stove,
Yeah.
I have a kettle for water,
Yeah.
like
What about induction?
induction, I
Induction's
don't
okay?
have one, but I think induction is okay.
Yeah, I would have thought it's okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the convection ovens, I think they're okay too, because it's
Right.
not molecularly changing the structure
Right.
of the food.
Of food.
When you look
Right.
at the microwave technology, it came from like the Germans, and it wasn't used in a good way, like.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. What would this do to the human body? Yeah. So.
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah. Oh, look, we can. Oh, we're overcooked. So.
Would you say
Okay.
overcooked?
Yep. Things were tough back then.
Oh,
Really? Did I just say that?
yeah, right.
Good for you. I don't like nuked food either.
I don't like meat food. Yeah, no,
Yeah. Okay.
no.
Are they hoop earrings? They look good.
I always wear them.
Get out. Your hair's always in the way. I just noticed them for the first time.
I always wear them. They're like, I have a million pairs of earrings, and I wear
Okay.
these. I wear these 99% of the time.
Cool. They look good. I never noticed before. Jeez. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, any final comments and on fast food?
Okay, you know what? Here's what I have to say.
All right, here it comes.
Yeah, it takes a little work. You get what you come for. If you want to be energized, you don't want to be gaining weight, you want to feel good, you don't want to be sluggish, it takes a little bit of work.
Yeah.
I don't have time or blah, 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 blah. That's all priority.
Yeah, it is.
So, you know,
It's a damn
stop the
shame.
mind fuck. Stop the mind
Look,
fuck and
well,
take care
that's
of
it.
yourself. You know?
That's it, right? You know, it's just everybody's, because there's so much on everybody from just a social point of view these days. Not social as in digital social stuff, just as a society, we are so pressured.
Yeah.
There's so much that's been brought upon us, and we feel like we're drowning a lot of the time. And then you're making these stupid decisions. One is, I'm not going to eat right, and you do that every day.
Yeah.
It's gonna spank you in 5
Yeah.
or 10 years time.
Yeah. It's gonna get you, and you know,
it's gonna compound interest you.
you come up with, you know, heart issues and, you know,
cancer, the things we're
type 2
today.
diabetes and cancer and all this stuff. Like, it didn't happen overnight. It's accumulation of all those choices that you've made.
Yeah. How you
and guess what? They can all be changed.
It'll be changed. And a big chunk of it, apart from eat, move, and sleep being the big three.
Yeah.
There's more. But yeah, it's like eating's a big chunk of the eat, move, sleep part. And hell, you know, gotta get it right, guys, because it's gonna kill you. You know, some of us have dodged bullets, me being one. You know, sort of like did the old Matrix thing, and sort of like sort of went back. I was lucky. Not everybody gets lucky. So
yeah, this is true.
Lucky so far. You know?
Yeah, right.
So yeah. So okay. Well, thanks, Anne, for that.
Thanks, Tommy.
This is like an American sitcom. That's hilarious. Well, thanks, Anne.
It's like, look at it's like night and day.
Night and day. Yeah. All right. Then it is a bit of yin and yang going on.
There you go.
There we go. All right. So, if anybody wants to get some more ideas on how to get this part of their life right,
just message me.
Message Anne Western Murphy, our resident foodie. And if you want to get more of a scientific and you're an exec, and I know what that feels like after 3 decades.
Message him. Hey, Troy.
You know, and we'll both of us will be able to help you out.
Yep.
So we will see you next week. But
next week.
And there's heal.me as well, where you can come and learn this and more. And if you're a lucky exec, I might reach out to you and invite you into exec.reset.
Maybe he will, maybe he won't. You're welcome, Roy.
Maybe I'm getting busy. I am. You know, we've got people coming into the program. So have a great evening, morning, day, whatever you happen to be doing right now. And we've got Matt and Nasio tomorrow. Have a great sleep, Anne.
You have a great day.
We'll see you in the next one. Remember to enjoy life right here, right now.
Right now, yep.
Today or tonight?
Today, tonight, whatever day it is.
All right.
Okay.
Next one.
Bye.
Bye.